Well, y'all, we're back up here at the little mountain creek. Hadn't been up here since one of the trout fishing videos several months ago, and I have no idea what the creek is like. I mean, it's definitely low and clear today, but since we've got a lot of storms rolling in tomorrow, I figured I would come up here and try to get out some of the wind, but yeah, that's not happening. And it's kind of going to hurt us because we're working with some really small baits that are relatively new to the market. Like, they're not new, but they're, new. And that's the Bobby Garland 80-bit mayflies. Now, you've seen me use the Bobby Garland 80 bits a lot on the channel. These here are just the black and pecan cream colored ones because I wanted to go with the most natural options that they had, or at least in my opinion, for the spots that I'm fishing. Which the mayfly hatch is still a couple of months away. Around here, it usually doesn't start till about June or so. But anyway, all we're going to take is those two little packs of baits, two different size jig heads. I got the 1/48 and the 1/64, and we're going to walk down here in this little section of the creek. Nothing happens. We're just going to hit some spots on down and see what we can make happen. Not looking for anything big. Just want to see what we can catch on these little baits. So come along. One thing that peeves me about certain packaging, not just Bobby Garland's, is, you think you could open it from the top there, and you can't. It kind of tease you, so you have to pull the top off. It's like, hey, we want you to get our baits open. But no, not really. So I think we're going to go with the black one first. This creek is pretty clear right now, so that just makes sense to me. Now, if you've never used the Bobby Garland 80-bit heads, they are specifically designed for these baits, and they are a very, very perfect size hook for these baits. Now, like I said, you can get them in a 1/64 and a 1/48 ounce option. Me personally, I like the 1/48 ounce option a little bit better. Doesn't sink too fast, doesn't sink too slow. Still got a good bit of casting distance. Weapon of choice, Daiwa Presso, now about 6 foot 6'2", ultralight because I broke the tip off. Daiwa Revros LT 1000 with some 4-pound Creek Life Lurco braid. Link in the description if you want to get some of it. Oh, that was a huge sucker or something other that was sitting right here on the bank. Hooked up, finally. What do we got? Well, that was quick. Ain't caught one of y'all in a hot minute. Got us a little rocky. Got that Bobby Garland mayfly right in the top of the mouth. Well, off to the side a little bit, but dang pretty little fish. Tell you what, I just about didn't get that one. He was way up shallow, like right alongside some of those logs over there, and I had to drag it across two of them just to keep from snagging. And this wind coming through ain't helping me much. Well, I decided to risk it for the biscuit and see if I could get a dangle over one of those branches, and I ain't getting that biscuit. Oh well. We've been in this spot for about 30 minutes now, and one bite and that one fish is all that we've caught. So instead of spending all day in this one spot, we're going to mosey on down to another one, see if we can rack up a couple of more. Alright, spot numero dos. Let's see if we can get down this bank here without breaking our leg. Don't want to get right on the bank too close, because that has burned me a couple of times through here. Okay, there's definitely some fish in here. I see something there, but I can't tell what it is because of the glare, but it looks like some small bass, maybe a smallmouth. Can't really tell. Either way, there's several of them. There's one, two, there's at least 5. Not sure that they want something small as this here mayfly. Oh, we got one. I only got like 4-pound line, and I don't want to break this thing off, whatever it is. No, it's a smallmouth. I'm gonna tire you out a little bit just because this line being so light. I think I can put about 2-3 more clicks worth of drag on them. Yeah, it's smallmouth. You done thrashing? Jeez. Jeez. That is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Y'all, you can't say the elephants don't eat peanuts. 1.25-inch bait. Good, the stud of a smallmouth. Smallmouth is every bit of a pound, pound and a half, and it's got some shoulders on it. That is a nice fish. Let's get you back and take a look at my braid so I know whether or not that I need to cut some line off of there, because their teeths are sharp. Well, we caught something there. What you is, what you is. You can stop flopping like that, because you're kind of in the gills. Not in a bad way, I can get that out. There we go. No harm, no foul, no blued. Fun size little rock bass on ultralight. I'm tinkering with walking just to the other side of this right there and seeing if there's anything on that, because this side is fairly inactive. Like, there's a ton of fish in here. Like, I can see schools of them. They're just not biting. Well, I guess. Woo! Well, there ain't no telling where that jig went. Somewhere in the woods behind me. And it's gone. So, since I'm starting to snag more and more and more, and not get any bites, we are going to make it back to the vehicular and move on down, because we've kind of spent more time than we should have in this spot. Alright, spot numero tres. I sit here and kind of debated on fishing this spot because it's not real deep at all. I have caught some fish out of it, but nothing spectacular. I also changed up to the pecan cream, whatever it was, flavor of the Bobby Garland Itty Bits. Figured, you know what, we've caught a couple on the black one. Let's switch her up. Give her a little switcheroo, switcheroni. Hey, got something. What it is, what it is. Hey, first red ear sunfish of the year. I thought I seen this thing swimming around down there. Kind of thought it was a long ear at first, because I have caught long ear in this spot. But hey, we shall take us. Now you definitely see where the hogs have been rooting the bank up right here for grubs and such. Not going to spend a whole heck of a lot longer at this spot just because there are several other spots on the way down the road that I want to look at. Okay, I walked past this little puddle walking in and didn't really pay a lot of attention to it, but there's a couple little fish swimming around in it. Like, they're very much so landlocked because this is a good 60 feet from the creek, so there's no telling what's in here. And screw it. Everything that I've seen so far in there is about the same size as this bait, which they're very interested in it. Just they're not big enough to get it down. Anyway, on to the last spot. It's about 2-3 days later because it just got too dark and nothing was really biting there on the mountain creek. So to wrap up this video a little bit, to add to this video a little bit, we're back at the Crappie spot bridge thing, and it is flooded like crazy because we had some pretty bad storms last night or night before last, something like that. Anyway, she's flooded. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of things up shallow, and we're just going to keep using the Bobby Garland mayflies and ultralight and see what we can catch. We're just going to work real close to the bank right here, just because, well, not nearly as much water flow, and I've caught some decent fish before up shallow like that. Oh, there was a bite. Hey, we got something. What we got? Little bluegill. And who texts me? Creek Fishing Adventures. He's catching white bass at a place about 20 minutes from here, so I think what I'm going to do is try to catch just a couple more here and mosey on over to his place. Dude just got another come on up here. I probably should, since I've egged him on to come to the places I'm fishing at so many times over the years. I could just go get one of mine or one of my bigger setups and throw on a spoon or something and try to catch some of these white bass or whatever it is in here, but oh, hey, I kind of expected that. Stay on. Well, I have caught some crappies up shallow in this spot, but nice little black crappie. Figured I was snagged because it, like every crappie I catch, or pretty much anybody catches, it feels like you're snagged because it's just dead weight until they start shaking their head. But that kind of tells me what is probably chasing all these shad and stuff right in here. But it's just maybe 15 feet off the bank. Of course, it is about that time that crappie start spawning too. Basically what I'm working with here this afternoon is, well, this being flooded about 20 feet out, is the current seam. Like, it's basically about where my finger's pointing there. So this whole area right here, right along the bank, is just a calm pocket. And my screen looks a little blurry. Is that better? Yeah, just a little bit. So anytime I'm fishing around like flooded, high flowing water, I'm gonna look for calmer pockets. Alright, got one, don't know what it is, doesn't matter. We're gonna call her quits on this one and head to the spot where John is, and that is another species, a little warmouth. I've fished for about 30 minutes since that crappie, and nothing. But yeah, a little juvenile warmouth. Anyway, let's head on. Well, there wasn't a lot of fish caught, but there was a lot of variety there with all the different species we caught. Like I said, it was several days in between the clips because of, well, weather and work, but it was a good variety of species. I think we caught rock bass, smallmouth, redbreast, warmouth, crappie, bluegill. I think one other, I may be wrong. Anyway, that was a dang fun little trip, especially up on the mountain creek with the smallmouth. That was spicy with that 4-pound test and the ultralight. But that was actually a really good sized smallmouth for that creek, you know, compared to the body of water it was caught in. That was definitely a really good sized smallmouth. Not the biggest that I've caught out of there. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it on the screen somewhere, because I have caught some upwards of 3 pounds and north of 3 pounds out of there. If you like the video and like the content that I'm putting out, check out all the links in the video description. The very top one is the channel membership link, so if you want to get access to videos before the public does, sign up there. Everything else below that will be socials for the channel, like the Facebook page for the channel, Instagram, and affiliate links and stuff below that. So I'm not sure that the mayflies are on the Discount Tackle website, but there's obviously Bobby Garland stuff on there, so I'll link some stuff there so you can go check it out. And yeah, hope you like the video.